Hi, my name is Shane Feeney and I'm a freshman here at UK. I am from Boston, Massachusetts, so this is a very different culture for me. I chose the Johnson Center because coming from the City of Championships, I love sports. Every day people go to the Johnson Center at all hours of the day, so you will get a lot of different sceneries. You can do many different activities here, from running on the treadmill to lifting weights to playing basketball and racquetball. Personally, I love to go to the JC to play basketball and lift weights. I also know that a majority of people also love to do the same. Whenever I am here, these areas always packed with people, especially the basketball court. The weightlifting area is also packed with people, but I am more familiar with the basketball area. I play basketball here weekly with members of my fraternity, so I can definitely identify the atmosphere in this specific area. For the weightlifting area, I can provide some insight, but I will be interviewing the two people who are more familiar with the area to provide intelligent insight. While I am playing or watching a lovely game of basketball at the Johnson Center, I see many differences in how people are playing and waiting to play. While I am watching the game of two teams of 5 people and they play a game to 15 points. During this time, players shoot the ball, play defense, pass, and then occasionally yell at one another. Watching the people who are waiting to play, I can tell they are anxious to get out on the court. Everyone is asking each other who is next and trying to form a team to play with. Many different people play basketball out there, and there is a bigger part that a lot of other people use in the Johnson Center. That is a weightlifting area. So to find out what the aura is in the weightlifting side of the Johnson Center, I interviewed my pledge brother of my fraternity, Zach Reese. The first thing I asked him was, what is your name, major, and what year are you at the University of Kentucky?
I'm Zach Reese, I'm undecided, and I'm a freshman.
When you go to the Johnson Center, what is your typical routine?
I work out.
What machines do you use?
I use the hamstring curl, GHR, bench press, dumbbells, squat rack, and pull-up bar.
During your routine, do you run into any problems?
Yes, sometimes I have to wait to use some equipment.
What are other people doing around you during your routine?
They're also working out.
What's your favorite area to use at the Johnson Center? Explain.
Workout facility, because I like to work out.
How do you see the Johnson Center as a productive space for college students?
It's a place where students can go to be active and interact with others.
To get a better idea of this area that is somewhat unknown to me, I also interviewed my other pledge brother of my fraternity, Joel Jesse. I asked him the same questions, and his responses were somewhat the same to Zach and his answers. I started off by asking him, what is your name, major, and what year are you at the University of Kentucky?
My name is Joel Jesse. I'm a finance major and I'm a freshman.
When you go to the Johnson Center, what is your typical routine?
I usually like to lift and run, and I play basketball occasionally.
What machines do you use?
I like to use the bench rack, squat rack, the cables, pull-up bar, and some free weight.
During your routine, do you run into any problems?
The water at the Johnson Center tastes kind of weird, and some of the weights smell bad.
What are other people doing around you during your routine?
Usually they're just working out or talking to other people.
What's your favorite area to use at the Johnson Center? Explain.
I like to use the workout facility because that's where I can go lift and improve myself.
How do you see the Johnson Center as a productive space for college students?
It's productive because it's a place where people can go and improve themselves on like whatever aspect they want to improve upon.
Based off these interviews, you can see how the weight area and basketball areas are very different. You can see that in the weight area that the people in there sometimes talk to their friends they know, but in general, they like to keep to themselves and just work out and improve themselves. However, in the basketball area, people are socializing, looking for other guys to play with, and the occasional smack talk of over what is a foul or not. Both of my interviewees had very great knowledge of what the atmosphere is and how other people act in the workout area. They also gave descriptions on some problems they run into, like the dirty tasting water. In conclusion, the Johnson Center is a great place for people to go to play basketball and socialize, if it is their cup of tea. Or they can focus on their own well-being and work out to improve how they look physically and how they feel mentally.